Well, I got home with the mini skid steer, and I didn't get a lot of it on film, but I've been so busy, but I did get a lot of the maintenance started. I did pull the bucket off, and I'm thinking this might be similar to some of the early small Bobcat quick connects. I'm looking into that because I'm hoping to get some manure forks and a set of pallet forks for it. But I've got a new air filter on it, changed the oil, put a new fuel filter down there. I did a clear one because I'm not sure what's in that tank. I did fill it up, but it's going to need some priming. New spark plug. I have new hydraulic filters on the way. I did finally figure out a cross reference. These are the originals. You can see it says Hydra-Mac right there on the filter. So these were a little tough to find. They were a specific hydraulic filter and a pretty low micron rating. And what else? Got the oil drained for the hydraulics and the transmission here underneath the operator's platform. Right up under there, there's a drain plug, and each side of the machine has a drain plug. There's one over here as well, because the whole sides, you see this area right here, and then this area right over here is the hydraulic tank, and each side holds about 4 gallons. So we got that. I'm waiting to put a new battery in it until I know it's a runner and a mover, because Napa wanted almost $200 for this battery, so I'm holding off till I'm sure she runs. So with most Hydra-Macs, these are all gear and direct hydraulic driven. The smallest model here is the exception. It uses drive belts to run down and drive the pump, but after that it's all hydraulically driven, like the bigger ones. I did manage to find a new key. It doesn't stay up in there very well, but hopefully maybe I'll do some sort of little cable to attach it to something so I don't lose it. I haven't tried out the electrical stuff yet, but that will come in time. It's got this little fuse here in the middle. We can check that. Fuse is still good, but I'm going to put some dielectric grease on that because it's kind of crusty. And of course, as soon as I get those new filters in, which are on order, should be here in a few days, it's getting all fresh Viscosity Ultraction, which is the modern version of the original IH Hydra-Mac. Some excellent stuff. I bought this through Hers Machine while I was on that road trip, but this can also be ordered through their online store and shipped straight to your house in 2.5 gallon jugs, 5 gallon pails, drums, and even the larger totes. I bought this one right here for the forklift and for the track loader that I'm working on, but I think we might have just enough extra to fill up this skid steer. And once I've proven that the engine runs and the hydrostats are good, I'm going to take these wheels and tires off. I've got new tires ready to order and get these wheels sandblasted. Surprisingly, they're still holding air even after it's been a couple weeks now since I've been back with this thing, and we aired them up on our stop in Oklahoma. But they're pretty dry rotted, and I'm going to put some new ones on it if it turns out to be a functional machine. So we saw the Mini Mac, or the 4120, does run, does function, does drive, lift, all the good stuff. The Kohler K series seems to run pretty well. According to the model number and serial number, I believe this Kohler engine is one of the ones that has what's known as grenade gears. It's two internal balanced gears that are supposed to counter vibrations and stuff, but they, if the bearings fail, they tend to blow apart and destroy the block. Hopefully that won't happen here, but if I do tear it apart, I'll either put new bearings in it or eliminate them, as a lot of people do. But anyways, got the hydraulic filters swapped out. These are a Wix 51462. These are what I determined was the equivalent to the original Hydra-Mac part numbers. These were a little tougher to get. They did not have a bypass valve inside, as most hydraulic filters do not. Automotive filters tend to have a bypass valve where if they overpressurize, the filter gets clogged. The theory is dirty oil is better than no oil, but in this case, with hydraulic motors, we prefer no oil because that will damage the hydrostatic pumps and motors pretty easily. We filled up both hydraulic reservoirs, the one here and the one over here. There's a fill port on this side and this side as well. It took about 4 gallons a side, as I recall. Thing runs pretty smooth. I still need to rebuild the fuel pump when the kit comes in, and I'll probably put a new set of points on it. I've only cleaned them when we were in my buddy's shop. Carburetor did get rebuilt, new air filter. I scooped probably 20 pounds of sludge out of the bottom of this thing. I do have one oddball lug nut. I'm going to try to come up with another one. But it seemed to run pretty good.